I just finished listening to the audiobook Finding Your Best by Pete Carroll and Michael Gervais. Michael Gervais is a sports psychologist, and Pete Carroll is a hugely famous coach of the Seattle Seahawks. So, you know what kind of a sports fan I am. I didn't know who he was. But there's all kinds of accolades surrounding this book. So I'm like, okay. And it has to do with finding your best, not just in a sports arena, but in all aspects of life. So I was intrigued. I'm like, well, what are these sports guys? What can they tell me? Well, a lot. A lot of it, I mean, it could have been shorter. A lot of it was interviews and talking with Pete about how he got his his players to this level, which is interesting, but I really wanted to hear how it related to everyday life, how we can take lessons from these elite athletes with just our lives. And I don't want to say just because what we do, what you do is important in your life. So, anyway, how do you take their skills, their mindset, these elite athletes, and become better? Get to the top of your game and better at everything in your life. I'm not just talking about career wise. And what I heard over and over again in this short book was get out of your comfort zone. Focus. Focus, work really, really hard. Just cancel out all the other noise. Don't worry about what people think. You arrive at the mindset that you are going to cancel everything out when you're working on whatever it is you're doing and focus so that it doesn't matter what else is going on, what other people are saying. Oh, you're so busy doing that, you don't have time for blah, blah. No, because that time that you set aside, that's your time to focus on your craft. And that's what they said. And here's what's really interesting. When you get to the big game, or in your case, maybe a meeting, maybe a speech, maybe a project completion, and you're demonstrating it to the customer. I don't know, I'm throwing that out there. Whatever it is, the end result of your hard work, whatever that is to you, then they're like, okay, it's all about having fun. You've done the hard work. Now don't stress anymore. Just have fun with it. So that's the takeaway. That's the big takeaway that I got out of this book. Because I think we get to the end result and we think it's all that. That's all that matters. But no, what matters is what you already did. So you can't make up for it if you haven't done the work. So now's the time to have fun with it because it's in your head. You know your product backwards and forwards. You know your material backwards and forwards. Now it's time to just communicate. Have fun with it. And they said something like, well, they don't like when the sports announcers say, now it's the big game, the big game. And all the pressure's on. Well, no, they said, no, it's not. Because you can't make up for what you haven't done if you haven't prepared. So now you just have fun in the game and it's all going to come together. And I love that because I think sometimes we do all the hard work, but we get to the final result, we get to the end game, the presentation maybe, and we flub it even though we know it. How many times have you done that? I knew it, but I flubbed it at the end because I got so worked up and so anxious that I forgot everything. Okay, the way not to let that happen is to just have fun. So you see all those people that are listening to your presentation, have fun with them. Impart your knowledge on them and make it a really great experience because you know it. It's like the back of your hand. You've done so much preparation. So you're not having to look at your notes. You're not having to think. Oh, no, 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 because you already know it. So now you're relaxed, you're having fun, you're communicating, you're knowledgeable, people are responding to you. So that's the nugget that I got out of this book. So, how do we all act like we're world class athletes? By working really, really, really hard. And at the end, the Super Bowl, whatever that is to you, have fun with it.